1, 2, 3, 4.
Rev up your engines! It's time for more, the Scotty Kilmer. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a car that doesn't run right, but when you connect the scanner, it has an error and can't communicate with the computer. There's actually a few things that it can be. I'm going to show you how to check them all out. And even the rain's not going to stop me today. I got my umbrella up. Real handy when it's raining. The rain may dampen my spirits, but it's not going to stop me from fixing cars. Now the first thing to check is to see if you have power going to the data link connector that it plugs into. So turn on the key. If you see the check engine light is on, that means it's getting power. But if you turn the key on and the check engine light doesn't come on, it could just be a blown fuse for the computer. It could be as simple as the main computer fuse blown, so we'll check it. But in this case, it's fine, it's not blown. Which we already knew because the light was on. That means it's getting power. Next thing to check is the data link port itself. First we'll look inside our connector for our machine, but all the pins are straight and none of them are bent. If some of them are bent, it'll do that. And the same thing is true here. Make sure none of these are bent and that none of them are green and corroded or they need cleaning to get power to the tool. But in this case it's fine, so now we're going to have a hard check. Basically, you got to check all the computer sensors that feed data to the computer, because if any of them are shorted out, it'll make the computer not communicate with the device. So we start disconnecting the sensors one at a time, then plugging the data port back in with a scan tool. Then we check and see if it has any communications. And it's still not communicating, so now we got to plug that back in and check something else. No one ever said fixing cars is always going to be easy. But when I unplug the evap purge solenoid, now it's checking out and it looks like it's going to communicate. And now it's communicating and we're getting data. So we just replaced the evap pressure solenoid. You just unplug it and put a new one in. And it's a good thing we found it, because if we would have unplugged all the sensors and it still wouldn't communicate, that generally means that the main computer has gone bad. They cost a fortune, plus they have to be reprogrammed by a mechanic to work in the car if you change them. So now you know how to fix a car that won't communicate with a scan tool when it isn't running right. And remember, if you've got any car questions, just visit the Scotty Kilmer channel and I'll answer them as soon as I make it out of this